Hey, I'm Bethany Wallace, and I just wanted to talk to you today a little bit about my experience working remotely. So I've worked remotely since exclusively remotely, other than a few little side gigs like teaching as an adjunct faculty member and doing some development and content management work for nonprofit since 2016. And so I was Zooming before Zooming was popular. And so remote work for me has been a great experience. I know a lot of people don't like it, and a lot of people feel like it just takes them away from the real world or makes them super reclusive or something like that. I will say that I do rarely have to get out of pajamas, and I don't have to leave my house unless it's for church or interacting with friends who specifically request that I meet them for some reason, or if I have to run some kind of essential errand or something like that. Otherwise, I can stay in my little happy place, and we live in the country, and I enjoy that, chose that, and love it. And since I work from home and live in the country, I get to live a pretty secluded and wonderful life. And I know that, and I'm grateful for it. And so working remotely is kind of perfect for someone like me. It's maybe not for everyone, but for me, it's great. And I also enjoy time with my family, and I like flexibility. So it's also great for those reasons. I'm going to share with you just a couple of reasons that working remotely might be good for you, that people who are my clients have shared with me that they have chosen to work remotely or are seeking to work remotely. And I just shared these with you because if you haven't considered looking for remote positions, like when you're searching on Indeed or LinkedIn or on other search engines, then you might want to just filter your search and search for remote jobs and just see what's out there. You might be surprised what you find. So some of the reasons people search for remote jobs include flexibility, and I don't just mean in terms of location, but also hours. A lot of positions, if you work remotely, you aren't expected to sit at your desk between 8 to 5. You have more flexibility in the time when you perform your job. You have more flexibility in taking a break in the middle of the day and then completing the work later. Or you have flexibility in terms of being expected to just complete the tasks. And if you complete the task for the day in 5 hours instead of 8 hours, the employer doesn't necessarily care. They just want the work done. Now, that's not true of all employers. I'm just telling you that depending on the employer, that may be the case. Also, one of the great things that I like about working remotely, and again, it depends on the employer, but is if you want to take your break, let's say, even if you only take those 2 15-minute breaks and your lunch hour, you can do whatever you want to because you're in your own setting. Or let's say that you're traveling and you want to take vacation. Well, you can take your laptop with you and take it to a beautiful location so you can work for 8 hours while you're in a hotel room or at an Airbnb, and then just go relax on the beach. If you're in your own house, you can take that 15-minute break and do some dishes. The next 15-minute break, you can take a walk with your dog. And then on your lunch hour, you can clean your house for 30 minutes. And the other 30 minutes, you can do some yoga and eat a sandwich. I mean, whatever it is that you want to do. So, or take a nap. Another reason other than flexibility that people choose to work remotely is for options for childcare. A lot of people need that so I guess it falls under flexibility, but childcare is a reason that a lot of people choose to work remotely. so that they can maybe help their spouse with childcare, like working out a better arrangement, being available for part of the day to help with the child. There are a lot of part-time jobs that are working from home or remote, and so that may work for you. Also, some people with disabilities find that working from home is a little bit more conducive to helping them feel better, because they can take a break when they need to. They can lie down, they can stretch more regularly without people looking at them. Or if they're having a really off day, they feel like they can take their laptop and go relax in the recliner while they're doing their work. So it's just working from home gives you a little bit more, again, flexibility about how you do your work, and it helps you to adapt your work style to your body's needs if you have a disability or even maybe just chronic pain. And I've heard a lot of people who are my clients tell me that, and even just who are my friends, who are other consultants or other folks who work from home who I know. Let's see some other reasons people work from home. So that another reason people work from home during COVID is because of either fear of getting COVID. And so they want to practice social distancing more, or because they really want to distance themselves from all of the measures of like mask mandates or mandates about vaccinations or things of that nature. So no matter which side of the fence you're on, a lot of people find that working remotely just removes them from that debate and the pandemic fallout, I guess. So those are just some various reasons that people work from home or remotely. I would love to hear your reasons you have chosen to work from home or work remotely, if you do. And if you're considering working remotely, I'd love to hear your reasons for considering working remotely. So just slap those in the comments. And if you have questions about working remotely, what it's like, whether it's right for you, I'd be glad to engage in conversation with you about that. You can find all kinds of other articles and tips and things on my YouTube channel, and some articles also on my blog at BethanyWallaceCo.com.